At the risk of sounding overly dramatic, this is a bittersweet day for me. I'm probably on this property for the last time today. This property is about to be off limits for relic hunters forever, in perpetuity. And so it's just a crazy honor to think that I'll be maybe the last guy to ever try to rescue any relics, any remnants, any memories of the soldiers who fought here 160 years ago. These are Union infantry trenches from the Battle of Gaines' Mill. I'm in the position that the Union soldiers would have been. They would have had their rifles laid across the top of the trench behind me, firing behind me onto the advancing Confederate troops. Behind the camera, that way, there are artillery lunettes, horseshoe-shaped trenches that were designed to protect the cannons, which would be firing over the heads of these infantrymen into the advancing Confederates. Standing in the bottom of the trench now. These trenches are still tall enough to protect me if there was someone on the other side shooting at me. It's just massive. I mean, these guys were expecting the incredible onslaught that they got. I stepped into the woods here and behind the trench, and there's a series of deep depressions. I don't know if you can tell, but there's one of the big depressions. Anyway, I got a whisper of a signal right here, and I wasn't at all sure that it was a good signal, but as I've opened it up, I'm getting a stronger signal, so I think there's something down here. Sounds like a bullet. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm right on it. Sounds like a bullet. All right, we ought to be right on it. Bullet. Okay, got a 3-ringer fired, obviously. Even though we're in Union trenches, you have to remember that the Confederates had 3-ring minis too. Not as many as the Yankees, but they did have them. So that's a great start to the day. First signal, 3-ring mini. All right, we got a little, I think that's a buck. Yeah, a little buckshot. We've gone a right good ways since finding that bullet. Haven't found anything, but I got a good signal here. I think that's a little piece of lead. Nothing special about that. This one doesn't sound great, but it sounds good enough to, it's worth investigating. That's not strong, but it is consistent. And I like consistency out on this farm. Just a little teeny piece of lead. I'm over here on the edge of one of these foxholes. Not in the foxhole, but I'm on the edge of it. And I'm expecting this to be trash. It doesn't sound good. Oh, there it is. Piece of wire. Romex. Piece of Romex. How about that? I wonder what a piece of Romex is doing out here in the woods. All right, finally got a signal that sounds pretty decent. Let's check it out. It's in the hole. It's about 10 inches down. That surprised me. I thought I had a good signal. Now I don't have a good signal. Yeah, that's not good at all. All right, there's probably a percussion cap. I didn't think it was something that small, but I knew these trenches had been heavily hunted. I was hoping to hear some deep signals that maybe previous hunters had missed. But what I've got is a trench that's absolutely full of percussion caps. Obviously, a whole lot of fighting went on in these trenches, but a ton of relic hunters have been in here before me. They're still pretty close to the surface, within an inch or two, and so you're hearing all these percussion caps. I've been here 2 hours. I found that bullet when I first got out of the truck, and then nothing but bucks and percussion caps. I finally got a signal here that sounds promising. Yeah, I think we got a bullet here, finally. Yep, I see it. You see that white right there? They've been hard to come by today. All right, that appears to be... that's definitely a 3-ringer. I don't know whether it's dropped. Yeah, that looks dropped, maybe. Could be fired, just didn't hit anything. It's worth it just to be hunting in these trenches and know what happened here. I've only moved 3 feet from that last bullet, and I got another good sounding signal here. Yep. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a bullet. Ought to be right there. Whatever it is. Okay, we should be pretty close to right on it. We should be seeing white in a second. Where'd he go? There he is. Alright, that appears to be... Wait a minute, is that a pulled? Yeah, look, there's a pulled 3-ringer. Well, it's better than I've done for the last 2 hours. I just dug 2 bullets in 5 minutes. Okay, this is odd. I dug the 2 bullets kind of on either side of where my machine is right now. And then right here, I'm getting a signal that's about 2 feet long. It's like the length of a bayonet. I'm sure it's not, but a signal with a little length to it right next to these 2 bullets. All right, I said this was kind of odd. Okay, I've got a signal there. It keeps going. Runs out there. Picking it up, picking it up. Picking it up, picking it up. Still picking it up. Runs out there. Well, there's something down there, that's for sure, so that's good. All right, it's a bullet. There is another 3-ringer. I found 3 3-ringers in a short little, just in this little place you could cover with a blanket. I think I'm going to go get a long-handled shovel and open this place up a little bit because I'm getting some deep signals. I don't know what this could be, all in one little spot, and I'm digging bullets. Okay, sure enough, I'm getting signals. Oh yeah, definitely bullets in here or something in here. All right, there's something iron. I don't know whether you can see that rust right there. Ah, just a nail. Doggone it. Just a little nail. Something else in there though. Ground's kind of hard. Okay, there it is. All right, there's another 3-ring bullet dropped. Guess what? There's more bullets in there, but there's more stuff in here, guys. This gets exciting when this happens, and it doesn't happen very often. Sounds like it could be a mixture of iron and lead, but there's definitely more in here. Done a lot more digging, and I've only gotten one other signal other than those 5 bullets. I'm getting ready to dig that signal up now. I've been proceeding this way. All right, I got a little bit of nail right there. I'm thinking this is probably a bullet. If it is, this would be number 6 out of this little spot. All right, I think I see a bullet. Yep, there's number 6. Another dropped 3-ringer. Yeah, I think we're out of targets. Right here is where I want to focus on. And I'm just going to rake the leaves out of the bottom of this trench and see if I can hear any signals down there. This seems like a good spot to try. So what I've done here is I've just raked the leaves out of the bottom of this trench. And that'll give me another 6 inches with the head of my machine. And I've already gotten a really good signal right down where my shovel is stuck. But sometimes just raking the leaves out of a trench like this will give you a little bit more depth. All right. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I got a real nice signal. All right, there it is. All right, is that a bullet? But that's definitely a bullet. That's lead. It's what I was hearing. All right, here's a nail. I don't hear anything else. I'm in another part of the bottom of the trench, and I've got a good signal that seems pretty deep, so probably a bullet. And let's see what it is. They're definitely still down there. Very close. All right. Got a dropped 3-ringer, which was what we would expect to find in this Union artillery trench. This land has been sold to a corporation, and it will be off limits to all relic hunting as soon as the sale is final. The landowner called me and said, hey, the property is getting ready to be sold. You're welcome to come and hunt it again before it's off limits. To be able to pull a few bullets out of here and knowing we got them before they're destined to stay in the ground forever, that's kind of cool. But I think I see it, and I think it's a round ball pretty deep in this trench. Yep, that's what it is. There's a round ball in the trench. But look how deep that thing was. That is a good machine. The Deus is a good machine. That's a lot of hole to dig for a round ball. Yep. There's a nail down in there. Alright, so I just dug a real iffy signal out of that hole. And I may have some kind of a button. It's definitely not lead, but I think it's probably iron or tin. I just dug that thing that looks like it might be a flat button or an underwear button or something. And I got another really, really iffy signal. I'm working my way through the bottom of this trench. You can see the trench. Well, it's just a whisper, but it says it's down there, so. Yeah, whatever it is, I dug it out. Tiny little piece of lead. No, that's a percussion cap. Another percussion cap. All right, we definitely got a signal in the hole. And definitely got a lot of roots. She's in here.
Darn it, I got the hiccups. Alright, it's not too far away. Yeah, it's still down there. I feel a bullet. There you go. Another drop three ringer. Alright, so we've done okay today. Every relic you find that's Civil War era is connected to some soldier somehow. Some of these trenches were reused. Battle of Gaines Mill was 1862. They fought the same ground in 1864 in the Battle of Cold Harbor, and there's stories of massive, massive slaughter. Soldiers walking through these fields and woods and finding bones and uniforms and the remains of their comrades who'd fought here 2 years ago but remained unburied. Can you imagine what that would do to morale, to walk into these trenches and prepare for battle and see all the bodies of those who did the same thing 2 years before? And that sounds like a more promising hole. Oh yeah. What I hope is that when I dig through this natural mulch and leaf litter and all the stuff that's collected in the bottom of the trenches over the years, that the signal is still there. So keep your fingers crossed. You got your fingers crossed? Here we go. Oh yeah. I'm definitely wearing out. Yep. That looks like about a .58 caliber round ball. This is a good time for me to go back to the truck. I need water. So let me show you what I've been doing. When I got out here, I was just straight relic hunting. And then what I did, I came in this deep trench here and I just started raking the debris out of the bottom of the trench. And then once the debris is out of the bottom of the trench, I can get 2 or 3 more inches of depth out of my machine. So this is my day's work here. Anyway, I got a signal here that's not a good signal, but it's in the bottom of a trench, so I'm going to dig it. And this place has not been trashy. It's so cool when you start to see the ground turn color like that, because that gray dirt on the left is everything that's accumulated in here since 1862. That bright yellow or tan sand, that's the original trench. What have we got here? I think maybe, do I feel a bullet? Alright, nice and deep. There's another one of them black ants. They are tearing me up. Man, this looks like a piece of nail. It's either a shallow bullet or it's a piece of trash. Alright, moment of truth. See if it's still in the hole. There. Whew. It's another dropped 3 ringer. Definitely more shallow than I would have expected. I would have thought somebody would have found that by now because it wasn't deep at all. Maybe 5 inches. And one under this holly root, and I don't want to dig under that holly root, but it's a good signal. Right under that holly root, perfectly under that holly root. Still under there. And deep too. What is that? That's another nail. Doggone it, that was a good sounding signal too. Yeah, that's good enough when I need to dig it. Turn loose. Come on. Get over there. Looks like iron. Yep. More nail. I'm so beat and I'm eaten up with ant bites. Whew. And this may be the last hole I ever dig in this part of Cold Harbor. And I'm tired and I'm eat up with ants. And I'm just slam beat. If this is Civil War, I think I'm done. Alright, one thing's for sure, I got a very deep target here. Bullet. So this is the last target I'll ever dig in this part of Cold Harbor. unless the sale hasn't gone through when I come back from vacation. So that's how I'm going to end it, with another 3-ring Yankee bullet dropped by a Union infantry soldier, just trying to get through another day and live in these trenches. Jake Murdoch of Carolina Metal Detecting, thank you. You have given me 5 months of great enjoyment. It's been an honor to have you invite me here and to be so generous with your permission. Jake was here yesterday. I couldn't come yesterday. The North Carolina boys are tough. So thank you, Jake. And I say goodbye to these trenches, and I say goodbye to this piece of land. So that's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.